It's Tigs tonight.
Yes, it is. Welcome in, Tigs Wigs. And happy Taco Tuesday. What's on the menu, Fadies, ladies and gentlemen? I can't talk, which is a good thing that I have kind of, I might have blown my load last night, Blasey. I went an hour. I got Blasey in here tonight. Thank God.
Oh, that's
Thank
so
God.
good. Ladies and Letterman. Oh, man.
I talked a lot last night, and
Yeah. I caught parts of that. I got to go back and finish it. Like I was watching bits and pieces. I watched part of it, and I was wiggling around. But that was awesome. I caught like I caught 80% of it. But yeah, that was awesome. You did a good job breaking all that down, man. That's a cool deal, man. That SNL deal. I mean, it's been it's funny. It's like you look back 50 years of my whole life. It's been something a part of me, even as a kid. I remember the weird stages of it because I shouldn't have been awake and wake up in the middle of the night. It was still on. It was like, dude, the show's been on for like 9 hours. It was like it lasted throughout the night. Eddie Murphy, lost in some building or something. Gumby running around.
Yes,
all
that. It was so fun, dude. It was, and then after I didn't read any of this stuff like on Reddit and things like that until after I did the show last night. And then I didn't want any influences. I just wanted it to be from me. Yeah. And as I read, apparently I was not alone in this age demographic that I am in that felt the way that I did, almost like it was a funeral in a sense, not a bad funeral, just like this is it. This is the celebration of the end of an era. And it really is.
Yeah.
But I watched something really, really cool afterwards, and you'd have to look it up on YouTube to see what it is. I'd never seen it before, and I wish I'd seen this before. I talked about it all last night, but it was a behind the scenes with Heidi Gardner and Chloe Fineman and Ego, however you say her name. They took you on tours through the different parts of Saturday Night Live, like walking out on home base, how it works. The cabinet shop, dude, they have a cabinet shop in there that is just flat out ridiculous. And they make all of those props, all of the stages, the wig on site. On site.
I did not know that.
I did not either. They have over 500 employees that work on that show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a production, dude. Like I knew it was a production, but I didn't realize it was as much of a production as it is. Like all those wigs.
Those sets, and all those sets have to be done each time. Everything has to be done. You know what I mean?
Every time.
It's all different, and it changes all the time. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
It does.
It's not a magic trick, so something's got to do it. That's crazy. 500 people.
500 people, man. It takes a lot of people to put on that daggum show. So
wow.
It's incredible. And, you got to think they go through a read-through on Tuesdays, I believe, and then Wednesday they start to get it a little more locked in with what they're going to do. These people still don't know what sets they've got to make yet or what wigs they've got to do. And they said that there's anywhere from like 80 to 100 different wigs that they use every week on a show. And they make the wigs on site strand by strand, hair by hair.
That's
it's real
insane.
human hair. Now, they have a catalog. They're able to use a lot of stuff, reuse a lot of stuff, too. But they will make them, and they say it takes normally like 80 hours to make a wig the way that they do. They do it in 50 because that's all the time they have to get it done. So it's just mind-blowing, the production that goes on with that deal, man. It really is.
It is crazy. It's crazy. Funny, I like that. That song Adam Sandler did was so good. That was
oh, God.
Made me giggle thinking about stuff that we don't know anything about that he talked about in there. Like
yes, there was some inside
we all
baseball.
have in common. None of us has ever used his little bathroom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure that was a thing. You know what I mean? You did not use Lauren's bathroom.
It is. Yeah, getting kids internship jobs.
Yes.
There was some definite
Wednesday
inside
night at dinner.
Yes, it's happened more than once. It was hilarious, man. He's so good at writing those types of songs. Like he's just one of the best ever of writing a song and make you laugh. And the reason why he said 50 years or whatever it was that he would say, he was imitating Lauren. That's how he says it. I didn't realize that either. I was like, why is he saying it that way? He can say it a different. That's why he was saying it, to say it like Lauren Michaels. But yeah. Let's see who we got in here tonight, man. Sorry, we just now jumping to 5 minutes in. So happy to see Blasey in here.
Yeah,
We've got Paul
here.
Rogers. Tiggy in the
Paul in the
gang. Tiggy in the game. Gang. I cannot talk tonight. Stacy G. What is up, Stacy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Bob Cook, the legend.
Bob Cook in the house. The legend
Bob
himself.
Cook. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Inbound Realty LLC. What's going on, Inbound? Good to see you. Good to see you. Uh-oh. Terry
Wayne.
Foster. Terry Wayne. Hold on to your hats, folks. He's here. And the fun is about to get ridiculously epic. Let the chaos and good times begin. Hell yeah. In on that. In on that. And then, of course, we got Big E in the house. What is going on?
Big
E. Big E. And bam, we got a celebrity in the chat tonight. Mr. Weatherall. What is up, Mr. Weatherall? So happy that you would join us, my man. I love it. I love it. Hearing rumors.
In the house.
Got to give a little shout out to Terry Wayne. Terry Wayne knows Mr. Weatherall, and maybe after Mardi Gras season's over, we're going to get to sit down and have us a chat with Mr. Weatherall.
That'd be fantastic.
He's so awesome. Yeah.
Heck
So thanks
yeah,
for
man.
joining us, man. That's
cool.
incredible.
That's good stuff.
Well, Blasey, I'm not going to leave you hanging any further. Before we joined y'all, probably 3 minutes before we went live, we connected. Blasey said he had something that he had to get off his chest, and I'm like, well, by all means, please, please, please do. Mr. Weatherall says all good, and that would be cool for
Heck
sure.
yeah, man.
Love it. Love
Looking
it.
forward to it. Yeah, I hate to. Yeah, I'm not bringing anything.
It's okay.
I'm not bringing anything down, but you know what? We have a show and we have a forum where sometimes you just kind of get a little aggravated. Something happens over time, right? You know what I mean? Just like
Tigs tonight's a perfect forum to just
it
it's
is.
whatever
Come
it
here
is.
and just kind of get it off your chest. And I may, like, honestly, like half the audience will probably disagree with me on this, but I think they stay with me, they might understand what I'm trying to get to on this. But dude, I've got to a point where there's a certain I won't say person, like it's just like there's a certain function that some people do. And I understand the purpose of this function and it makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? I get it. All right. So I understand what you're doing. I understand why you're doing it. I understand the advantages of it. But dude, it's gotten to the point where it's being overused. It's being overplayed. And then people have told too many people about it. Now everybody's doing it. Now it's a damn problem, dude. It's an issue. And what I'm talking about are backer-inners. People that back into parking spots, man, chronically. And it's too much, dude. Used to, they were a select few. You know, somebody from the military that tell you, oh, this is why you do it. You got to get in position so you got optimal view. So when you got to get out of there, you're ready to go. And I got it. Like, makes sense. I backed into parking spots.
Sure.
But dude, when you're going through a busy parking lot and you got a line of cars behind you, and suddenly
and you just
go,
stop the whole flow
and
of
you
traffic.
go past the spot and then you stop. And then you have to let 6 cars behind you back up so you can show, I'm a backer-inner. This is the right way to do it. You know?
Watch this.
And it's almost they got that attitude like you don't even know. Like, no, we all know. We all know. That ain't the time to do it, brother. Go somewhere else in the parking lot to go back in. Don't do it right here. Don't do it right here, man. But it's becoming a problem, and I'm just over it. So I don't even back into parking spots now out of principle. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I ain't doing it. You know, I'm kind of over the whole run of it.
I think you bring up. I love this. I love this because I have another one to tail on to it that came up in a group chat of mine the other day. But I agree with you. It does. I'm one of those guys. Okay, now occasionally I'm not. If there's a spot like when I go to the gym.
Yeah,
I never back into a spot. Because there's enough space for me to back out and move on. You know, with a truck, a lot of times it is easier to back up so that whenever you pull out, especially if it's tight, you know, like with, you know, there are times where if I have to back in, I backed in today to a place because it was the only spot. And instead of me driving around and pulling in, I couldn't just pull in up front, but I did it fast.
But
I used judgment.
I bet you didn't make 6 people back up so you could back up.
Correct. There wasn't anybody else coming. It was quick. I could do it.
Yes.
But if it's going to stop one person, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do it. I will go to another spot and I'll just pull in normal. I'm kind of with you on this. Though
Yeah,
I haven't quit doing it out of principle, but I know I never did do it every time.
I'm just beyond it. You know what I mean? I'm so over it. And it's the fact that they'll look at you like you're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, cause I pulled beyond with them. Like, I was just following you. I didn't know this was the protocol. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm backing in. What do you think I'm doing? Like, I don't know what y'all thought you were going to the next parking spot. You skipped this one last I checked.
Yeah.
And there's 4 cars behind me. We all thought you skipped, buddy. You know what I mean? Keep on
Exactly.
rocking. Sorry.
Exactly.
Or turn your blinker on. Make a big scene. Do something.
Just do something. Just do something. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Costeco. What is going on, Brother John? Welcome, sir.
What's up, buddy?
Welcome, sir. Yeah, Terry Wayne says, true story. This lady at work backs in and literally takes her like 8 stabs to get it right. Yes,
that's even worse.
That's
even
the
worse.
problem.
Yeah,
that's the person
the
that's the
non-efficient
problem.
one is terrible. Yes, they're terrible. Yeah, give me a good quick pap, and you're out of the way. You ain't caused a problem. Whatever, man. I'm fine with that. That's obviously fine. But it's all these people now that shouldn't be doing it. Like that person, they should not be back.
They should not be doing it. No,
they should be banned from it. They should get a ticket. You know, it's like going too slow on the interstate. You know, I mean, there's a minimum there too. You know what I mean? Like that should be the same thing. You should get a ticket if you, they ought to time you on that thing, and like, no, that's a $50 violation for backing in too slow.
Dumbass. Let me throw this one at you. This was in our group text. Let me see if I can remember exactly how they said it. So, all right, 2 spots are open. 1 normal spot, 1 handicap spot. You have a handicap tag. Legally, you know, you have a handicap tag. Which parking spot you going to park in?
Well, time out. There's left to be decided. Am I handicapped?
You're handicapped in this scenario, and
or
whatever you have a handicap tag for whatever reason. I don't know.
If I'm handicapped, well, I assume if I got a handicap sticker, if something happened to me, I lost a leg or something happened major for me to get a handicap thing. So I guess I'd park in a handicap spot. You know what I mean? Are they right next to each other?
In my mind, they are, and in the
they're right
scenario,
next to each other. I'll park in the handicap because more than likely the next person coming along ain't handicapped, and they'd probably prefer to have that one up close.
Bingo, that was my argument. So I'm like, and my boy is like, I'm always going to park I'm not going to park in the handicap spot. I'm going to leave that for somebody that's handicapped. Well, you dumbass, why would you have the handicap thing to begin with if you weren't handicapped? So yeah, I mean, if you're not handicapped, by all means don't do it. You don't need the handicap spot. You do save that for a handicapped person. If you are handicapped, however, and then you're just like, you know what, I think I'll dick that person and make sure that they don't have a parking spot. So I've got my tag, but I'm going to let the next person come along. I'm going to park there. I think that you just screw the whole system up. They are just as bad as the backer uppers. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree with that. And to kind of piggyback on that, I was riding with this dude, and he was a really successful rep. Like, did really well in the company. Like, highly sought. You know, like really, everybody thought a lot of this guy. Really good guy. The doctors liked him, and it was in pain management space of all places, right? So the people pulling into these pain management offices, I mean, these people are in pain. You know what I mean? They're not just somebody pulling in there to get. It's not a pro shop to get a golf, some golf clubs.
Right.
This dude. And I was with him for like 2 days, literally every single pain management clinic we went to, and he wasn't handicapped. He would pull right into the handicap spot up front, like it was a VIP parking spot. And I was like, and he would just get out. And he was like, oh yeah, I ain't walking that far. And I was like, dude, how do you get away with this? Like, I can't believe they had called you out on this.
I guarantee you that guy. I guarantee you he doesn't return the buggy at the grocery store.
0% chance.
Not a chance.
No. He didn't even look around. No, he was like pride. Like, I mean, that thing was like, he was putting it in park and somehow it's still moving. And he's walking beside the car. You know what I mean? He didn't even limp when he got out of it. You know, I was baffled that he did this every single time. Like, that was his
blatant abuse, just blatant abuse, disregard for the humans of just everybody else.
I can't believe a doctor hadn't walked in and go like, dude, are you really doing this? Is this what you're doing? Like,
you got to start doing that.
Nobody cared. They loved him. Like, everybody loved him. Nobody called him out on it.
Unbelievable. Well, that's the problem. He kept getting away with it. You can't you let somebody just keep getting away with it. What do you think's going to happen? I guess unbelievable. So, yeah. It's the same thing at grocery stores. That's a pet peeve of mine. Like, I take the cart back every single time. I don't just leave it by the car. I either walk it back into the dang store, like here at the grocery by us, because they don't have a little spot to put the buggy. So you can either just leave it there, which most people do, or you can just take it into the store. I just find that to be the right thing to do anyhow.
Dude, no, yeah, don't leave that yet. That is absolutely true. What I'll see somebody get out with their, and this is the worst one. Not only they leave it they leave it like out in the parking lot. I think it'll roll around and hit somebody's car too. You know what I mean? You didn't go put it up.
Exactly.
There's a dang thing 40 feet away over there. You go take it to, and you're healthy. If you're old and can't, like, dude, okay, whatever. I get it. No, you're healthy. I see them get out, and I'll literally get out, and I'll make sure they see me. You know, I'll grab that buggy and kind of just look at them, you know, like just start, and I'll go roll that buggy back, you know what I mean? And either take it in or put it back in the stall. Even if I'm done, I may hook my buggy into their buggy and then roll
Dang
it.
Right.
Like,
just to be like, look what I'm doing for you, you piece of crap.
You're the problem. And then when you get there, dude, you know, if that thing's about full and all the buggies are just touching each other, I don't understand how that happens either. Because I got to collapse them all. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's make some room here. Like, this isn't, you know what I mean? Like, just help out a little bit. Like, this is a community effort out here. Yeah. Let's keep things rolling. Like, we don't want buggies running into cars. We don't want, you know, like, problems, people having to run all over the parking lot. There's no buggies because people are just leaving them wherever they want to leave them. Like, you know, this thing would grow out of control if everybody did that.
It would. It would. I love it, man. I love it. We're halfway through the show. We haven't even talked about anything that we plan to talk about, which is fine. That's fine. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about. I kind of, like I said, I didn't have a whole lot. I've got some stuff, but not much. But one thing, though, Blasey, we talked about today, and we made a decision. I think the gang, I'm glad there's some people in here and there's some Bubba Army in the house, because I think they're going to like this announcement. Y'all tell us. So I think this is some big news.
Really big news, guys.
Some say it's huge news. Frankly, I think it is huge news. I think it's great news. I think everybody's going to love this news. We're going to start doing occasionally, not every single show that we do, but when we do our Bubba exclusive podcasts, we're going to start doing them live sometimes. And that way we can interact with you guys, and we can we can just do our show. We'll do it live. We can shout you guys out. Y'all can be a part of the show as well. So I'm not sure when we'll start. Probably, it won't be this week. We may start next week. We haven't looked at all of our schedules to see if we can do it yet, but
yeah, I like that idea. I think it's a good idea. And I think you also mentioned, like, we'll do it. And so you got to be here to see it, because once it's over with, we're taking it down. It's not going to be up. It's just a live event. And then it turns into a podcast that people can go listen to later.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
so you can be a part of history. You can be cemented into Bubba Army, like, legendary status forever as being a part of a Tigs Bits podcast that was filmed live.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's a game changer.
I think it is a game changer. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I think,
for sure.
Of course, we're going to know a little bit more ahead of time whenever we're going to be doing this, so that we can pump that message out on socials. You guys can rally some people for us, bring even more folks into the chat room, and we're just going to get in it. We'll see how that evolves. But we couldn't do it until now, mainly because StreamYard didn't work right whenever in post-production. It works right now, and I don't know why it didn't work great like that. But anyhow, we're good to go doing that now. So that'll be fun. We're only going to broadcast those shows whenever we do them. That will only be on YouTube, so I can take it down. We get to keep the watch hours, all that good stuff, and I can move it to, to private.
That stays in the private in the background.
That still just put it in private, and then once it airs on Bubba, then I'll relist it, or may repost the video with a different, I've trimmed it up a little bit or whatever. But so then that gives us repurposed content, number one, makes our lives easier, number two. And I think it's something for everybody who's fans of ours that are in this chat now, and they love hanging with us. It's just even more opportunity to be a part of the show.
I agree. And so the only people that have special exclusions apply if your name's Terry Wayne, you watch about 14 videos. So other than that, we'll just take it down, and nobody else,
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I look forward to revealing the Terry Wayne story very soon, but we're not done there yet.
Yeah,
but
the inside
it's going to
Iggy
be
deal
really
there.
good whenever I get to
Yep.
say it. It is, and he knows it too. I love it. One thing I did want to shout out, speaking of some folks in Lafayette, which is Terry Wayne's over in that area. Mr. Weatherall's over there as well. I've visited and we've had on just with some of the interviews and stuff I did, like with these cookouts and things. Rusty Noel with Rusty's seasoning for everything. He wins all the time.
All he
has
does
a
is win, no matter
all
what.
he does. That
Even
is
with
all
baloney, all he does is win.
That's it. That's it. He texted me today too. He's got some other events. I don't know when this guy, number one, I don't know when he sleeps or when he stops. It's unbelievable. He not only does he do competition cooks and all that, but he's a coach and he coaches football. They win a lot, and he does all that. There's a great. I can't even explain it as well as I want to. He's coming on the show as well at some point too, so we can really sit down. But he has a documentary, and you can look it up. It's on YouTube. It's called Coaching Blessings, the Rusty Noel story. Noel, Rusty Noel.
Just like the Christmas song.
Exactly like the Christmas song. And man, I watched it. It's so good and it's so insightful. And he is just what he's overcame from his childhood to the way that he gives back to everybody now. It is remarkable. It's a fantastic story. He has a heart for service that is extremely evident. And man, does he do it. But I don't know when he slows down because I was supposed to meet up with him today and it hit me about 4:00. I was like, crap, we didn't meet up. That's fine. I'm going to see him very soon. But he wanted me to put some sauce because he told me he liked the little video I had because I made some chicken or whatever with his rub. And he's like, you need to try the black can. The black can is the same thing, but hotter, spicier. And I went, oh, yeah, trust me, I'd already was like, I think I want a little more heat. I'm going to make some wings. And he went, no. You got to have some wing sauce, my wing sauce, before you do that, too. I was like, okay, all right. Well, hold off. I'll make a video out of this.
Twist my
I love
arm
wings.
here.
You have just twisted my arm. So I look forward to getting that sauce and doing a report on it. But I don't know when he stops because from what I understand, I think he lives in Lafayette. And then he's just running. He's going to Covington. He's doing this. He did and this past weekend, he was in Gonzales, about 30 minutes from here, doing something at like 1 or 2. And then at like 4 or 5, he was in Lafayette doing another event. Like, what? Just unreal. The dude is freaking
foot to the floor, just pedal to the metal, just rocking and roll. But you know what? People like that, I hadn't even watched the documentary yet or a story or whatever, but it just sounds like somebody like that. It just sounds like they're driven, and those are the kind of people, man. They find ways, they find time. There's no barriers really. They just knock them down. You know what I mean? Like when those get up. So that's that's super awesome though, man. Those are kind of people I like to be around.
No joke. Me too, man. Totally. Didn't get to this last night because it was just strictly a Saturday Night Live episode, but I don't know if you got to hear any of it this past weekend. I put it a little bit on socials. I don't want to bombard people with it too much. Like not everybody likes your style of music or whatever it is, but Widespread Panic's back, baby.
Yeah, they were up in New Jersey, right? First show?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Been what, 236 days? Is that the right days?
Something
close to that, right?
286, something like that. But
yeah.
I think
For
Red
long time.
Rocks, long time. Red Rocks was the last one that they did until then. And of course, Jimmy Herring, the guitar player, had, I think it's tonsil cancer, maybe it was tongue cancer. Something like that, something up in the head for sure. And I guess going through treatment, I believe everything is clear and he's doing well. And dude,
awesome.
he
tore it
rock.
up? He
tore it.
That's what he does.
And they sounded a little different to me. I mean, they not in a bad way. They sounded more I think they sound a little more raw. And I think it's just because they took off a half a year, and then they
Yeah.
came back. Whenever you play every couple weeks, 3 or 4 nights, 9, 10 out, you every show that doesn't sound the same because they never play the same songs. They have a rotation. You never know what they're going to do, but
But it's
their
a similar,
sound,
the blend.
the blend is the
the
same.
amount of the seasonings of the music is the same. pretty
Exactly.
much.
That's
And now they get
exactly
back
right.
together, and it's a little different.
It's a little bit different. A little bit
I like
different. And
that.
they had
I
a
like that.
fiddle player in this one that played fiddle pretty much all 3 nights.
Dude, I've been wondering why they don't have like that. I love a fiddle player. Hey, you know what I mean? Like that's so good. God,
It
that's
really
awesome.
adds in to
Heck yeah,
those
man. Well, that's-
guys. So
Yeah,
they
I bet
were
it does.
they were an 8-piece at times.
Damn, that's amazing. I got to look at the list, and I've been hitting them at least once a year the last couple of years. I've been, so I'd like to go again.
Rumors of an October Birmingham show. Rumors. But man, dang it, that's
Oak
right
Mountain?
in the middle of my daughter's birthday. It's during football season, so who knows? But still, you may be able to go.
May be able to go. Yeah, if it goes to Birmingham, there's a good chance.
I may have to skip it. I don't know who LSU
I went to
would play
Huntsville
with.
last year. Was it last year I went to Huntsville? Yeah. That's such
It
a
was
cool venue,
Huntsville
but
with
it was
the new
so
place.
hot. It was so hot that there was no, I mean, just sweating the entire time.
I remember you
July.
telling me that.
Yeah.
I was kind of happy that I didn't go. Rusty, what's up? He says, "Hey, buddy, what's going on,
What's up,
brother
what's up?
Rusty? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you." And then Rusty Sharp, Rusty Noel. Terry says he went to, and this is true, he went to cook for the hurricane victims in North Carolina. He did like immediately. This dude serves. Has
Yeah.
that servant heart. I wish I had an ounce of what he has in me.
You know
honestly.
what though? For somebody like, and I don't want to keep going because I don't even know this guy really, but like it's really such a simple thing though. Like that's his thing. You know what I mean? Like so for him, like that's the first thing in his mind, like is to serve and to serve others, and everything else falls into place after that. And even though there's times where it's like, dude, what are you doing? But that's what I'm here to do. That's what I do first, and then everything else follows that. And it's that simple of a philosophy, like for him to follow. It's like I have to serve, and that's you know what I mean. And then everything, the dominoes fall after that. So, you see that in certain people, like whatever that thing is, you know what I mean. And they do it all the time. They do it over and over again, and everything else comes after that. So, kudos to him, man. Yep,
Yeah,
it is. Yep.
It really is. It is remarkable. I don't know if you knew this, Blasey, but today, this afternoon, there is now a 3.1% chance that an asteroid will hit Earth in 2032.
Whoa, that's
And
a
this
lot
is
of
the
percentages
highest
points.
risk assessment of that an asteroid has ever received.
Is that one of them? Is it one of them planet killers?
I haven't read that it was that. I think it's like 100 yards wide or something. I don't know if it's a planet killer. It may be bigger than that, but they're talking about it. It's not good.
Like, what do they think? I mean, 100 yards wide, but coming in that hot. Like,
What's crazy is the last 3 or 4 days, the percentage keeps going up as they're recalculating this thing and all of that. So, I mean, I hope it doesn't jump any higher than 3%.
3%. Oh, golly.
If it comes 100 times, 97 times it's going to miss us.
And 3, it's going to pop us right in the ass.
Yeah, if it keeps getting higher and higher, then it's but we got till 2032.
I want to make sure I'm on
like.
the other side of the earth when that happens,
It's going to be a
they feel like it's
terrible
going to hit
deal.
here, just time to get over to. We got to get over there and do a live with,
It's exactly what we got to do.
Yeah.
Go live right before we die. We'll be worried about numbers, watch hours, all of
my
that
gosh.
fun stuff. Speaking of watch hours, Grok 3 came out yesterday.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it late last night. I think there was I don't know, Elon Musk had a deal, but the biggest thing with it has enhanced performance. So it's been trained using 10 times more computing power than its predecessor. So it should be smarter. The new model features big brain reasoning modes. I've used Grok some, but not as much as I use Chat GPT.
Yeah.
I've never tried to just take like I do with our shows and put a whole transcript in there to get some of the stuff out of it. I haven't tried it. I should try it. I want to think that I think I did try it, and it was like, this is too much. It's like, well, you're not going to work for me then. Then I pay for you, but I'd like to use it.
So you take the whole show, like everything we just did, and that spits it out in here, right? And in Premiere Pro.
I'll take the whole show and I'll get the transcript from Premiere Pro,
and then you'll take that transcript, copy and paste it basically into
ChatGPT.
And then what do you ask it to do?
It just depends on what I'm looking for.
Just what I'd be looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask it to give me show titles, descriptions, hashtags, YouTube tags.
Break it into chapters, break it into segments.
Give me 10 bullet points. Yeah, give me 10 bullet points to talk about this. Did you think it was a good show? Just stuff like that. Yeah,
I've been using it a lot for work lately, and it's amazing, dude. Like when you start to get to know this thing and like what you can do with it, it's so powerful, you know?
It is beyond powerful. I had to tell it yesterday. I was like, look, man, I appreciate, because it started talking like me, because it reads all these transcripts. It talks like us. It talks in our cadence and in our tone. And it's like, you got this, man. You got this. You're going to crush it tonight, because it was helping me kind of get my outline for Saturday Night Live, so I wasn't all over the place. I gave it all of my thoughts and everything, and then it kind of helped me to make sure that I stayed on track and it flowed well and all of that stuff, which I think it did okay. But it's like, you've got this, man. You're going to have a great show. And then just all kinds of stuff. It's super, super positive. Finally, I had to say, look, I've named it Luna now. Luna, I don't know any Lunas. So I think Luna's a good name. I said, Luna, you got to quit kissing my ass.
Yeah,
okay.
Man.
I mean, I love it, but I need you to, you're like my dog, Coco. You love me no matter what.
Yeah. The honeymoon's over. You got to give it to me real. That's right.
Yes. I don't. So it's like, I'm sorry.
I know how cool I am. I know how cool. I tell myself how cool I am every day, but I need somebody to kind of bring me down a couple of times.
Give me some balance. Don't feed the ego. Help me to stay balanced. That's what I need you for.
Oh, that's so funny.
I love it.
I tell you what, though, it's pretty dialed in. It's we got our buddy Snyder coming on here to really get in some. It's gonna be kind of fun. It's gonna be cooler than y'all think. It's gonna be cooler than you think it's gonna be. I promise.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I know, I've done a little peptide research since we've talked, and I'm interested to hear what all he has to say for sure. We're gonna do that. That's our Bubba exclusive this week. We're gonna.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
We'll record that tomorrow night.
So I sent an outline to him, just a basic outline, like here's a basic outline, and to you. And he was like, dude, you know what's crazy in that? He said the 5 things that were mentioned right there are definitely the 5 things I would tell everybody.
Isn't that nuts?
He was like, it's so crazy. Yeah, it just knows. Yeah. So
it is insane.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be funner than you think it is. He's cool. He's like a Joe Rogan of that. He's not a doctor or anything, but that dude dialed into some stuff. He's got it dialed in. And we're gonna keep it like digestible, most important.
Yeah, like an elementary level in a sense,
here's a starter kit for you.
30,000 foot overview starter kit. That's a good
starter kit. Yeah.
I like it. It's going to be interesting. So y'all be on the lookout for that. We're not going to go live and record that tomorrow night. The live stuff will hopefully start next week. Terry asked, "Does it sound like a redneck?" No, it's a very nice feminine voice. I wish they had redneck voices.
Hey man, I got to tell you, man.
You
that sounds pretty good. That's tight there, brother.
That would be so good. That would be so good. Stubborn Pride Hats. What's going on, Mr. Jesse? What is happening? What is happening?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Tammy says, "Don't feed the beast." Don't feed the beast. Talking about Chat GPT. No doubt.
Hey, speaking of Stubborn Pride Hats, get on over to tigsbits.com. Go in there to the merch. Get in there. Get you a hat, man. We got some awesome hats. It's all those Richardson 112 hats he's got over there. Get different colors. Get different patches there on there. Man, he does such a good job. So
he does.
Like $25 too. I mean,
$25.
Yeah, we're not making any money on those things.
Quality.
We just want y'all to have a good hat.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we want. Look at the quality of this.
Oh yeah,
the stitching. Yeah, the inside. Richardson 112s.
Unbelievable.
Very, 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 very well made hats.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I guess.
sorry.
Oh, he's back.
I took
Okay.
myself out. Got a picture today from Jason Hilton, big fan of the show. He
Yeah.
got his hat for winning our fantasy football. He wanted a different he
yes.
wanted a different camo color and all of that. Jesse sent it to him. I don't know how Jesse knew because I got the emails tracked. He never got it. Jason never got his hat, but it looked like it was delivered. It was delivered to somebody else. Who knows what happens with it? I never even told him. Dude shipped out another one. Like, I don't know how he knew, but he knew. And he sent Jason another one, and Jason sent me a picture with it today, and it looked good.
Yeah.
Camo, some style of camo.
Like a digital camo type deal sounds, or I don't know, something. He
A little
had
lighter
multiple camos.
multiple camos, yeah.
I know that. And if you need hats out there, I mean, you want some hats made, you got some kind of a business, you want some hats, go see our man Jesse over there.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
for sure. He makes
Yeah.
our buddy Austin Dennis's hat, and I think Cajun Cooking with Hoss and some other folks too.
Yeah. Yep.
The Cajun Critic, I think he made his hats. And speaking of tomorrow I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to go hang out with Austin Dennis and Miss Gabby Wilson, and we're going to make a cooking video of some type. I don't know what we're going to do.
I'll tell you what, I know what you're going to do. You're going to eat good. There's going to be
That's a
something
fact.
at the end of that. There's going to be something at that end of that rainbow. It's going to be a pot of gold that you're going to want to eat.
1,000,000 freaking percent, and probably drink too, and all of that's going to happen. So
yeah.
we're gonna have
That'd be
lunch
fun.
tomorrow, brainstorm some ideas, and then go execute them. So I'm looking forward to that. So be on the lookout. There'll be some stuff coming from that. I assure you. When, don't know, but soon, very soon. So. Well, Blasey, that's all I got tonight. I know that you told me you were hungry before we started this. I'm hungry too. I haven't eaten yet either. So it is time to go eat. Well, are you going to be able to join us Thursday night, Blasey?
Possibly.
Awesome. Well, either way,
I'm traveling. I'm trying to get home on Thursday, so I'm over here in Jacksonville, Florida right now. So I'm trying to wiggle back to the house.
Well, if you're able to join us, good. If not, I punted my Rock and Roll Hall of Fame discussion to another night. I still want to get into that this week.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So probably I've saved it for Thursday. I'm going to jump in it on Thursday. Next Tuesday, the Cajun Critic is going to join us. We had been talking. He was sick, had laryngitis the last time, so he wasn't able to come on. He's going to come on. We're going to go over some of those things that'll be in that burger cook-off. So got a lot going on, man. Got a lot going on. I love it. All right, gang. We'll see y'all Thursday.
Later.
It's Tigs tonight.